Hi, welcome to Game Room Crafts. I'm Kelly. This is my game room. Let's play. Today is day 2 of the 13 Days of Halloween collaboration brought to you by Nerd Goblin Arts. Please don't forget to check out the playlist below. There are a ton of wonderful artists participating in this collaboration, and it's not all just resin. There's all kinds of different mediums, and the projects coming out of everyone's imaginations are going to be mind-blowing. So please check out the playlist. Today, I've decided we're going to be doing a haunted carousel. Now, one of our favorite things to do every spooky season when the kid was growing up was going to the Corn Maze Festival. And they had tons of different activities and different rides. The only thing they didn't have was a carousel. And I thought they really missed the boat on that one. So I've decided to make my own. We're going to be working with a lot of different things. The kid says I'm being overly ambitious. She's probably right. So let's see how bad I fail or how well I succeed. We're going to be doing the 5 horses in different colors, and I want them to glow. She said no. I said, I don't care what you said. I'm going to make them glow. So one of the horses will be green with grass green glow powder. One will be light orange with orange yellow glow powder. Purple with dark purple glow powder. Now, I don't know how well that will glow because the darker glow powder is hit or miss. Rose red with rose red glow powder. How's that? And brilliant blue with cyan glow powder. Now, when I say these colors, the alcohol inks will be 1 drop a piece. And then the rest will be glow powder. Because here's the thing. These horses are tiny, like minute. Like, I don't even think all 5 of them take a whole ounce. But we're going to try and do what we're going to try and do. Now, the center pole was a discussion and a half. I was thinking just clear with glitter, but the kid wants it to be metallic. So we're going to be doing Renfield Silver Metallic in our center pillar. And the base of our carousel will be clear with black glitter. The top of our carousel was yet another discussion. She said, just make it match. I said, I kind of think that's boring. So, since it's supposed to be a haunted carousel, what we're going to do is, yes, I will do the black glitter, but right where the canopy drapes down, I'm going to make that blood red. And how I'm going to achieve that is I'm going to burnish it with some chrome powder. I have actually, it's called blood red chrome powder from Baltic Day, and I like the color. Hopefully it works in what I want it to do. So what I'm going to do is when I cast the top of the carousel, I will bring the black all the way up to this point and then stop. I'm going to let that kind of do its thing while I work on other things. And then I'll go back and I'll do my blood red on the inside. But actually, no. You know what? I take it back. I'm going to burnish my chrome powder on the inside so I don't have to stop. I can just fill the whole thing up with the black. And it will actually help bring out the color of the chrome powder. So, there we go. That will work. I'm just going to make sure that I don't have anything left over from the last time I used this thing. I swear I cleaned it. But, little resin pieces, glitter, they tend to find their way into molds. Even though you just cleaned it like 5 seconds ago. But then again, there is a ton of glitter floating around my game room. So, there's that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to burnish this first. I'm going to flip all these over so I don't get powder where I don't want powder. Slide this back a bit. Yeah, in the base, it's not just going to be black glitter. I'm going to use black extra fine glitter. This I got from Hobby Lobby. I think it's still available. I don't know for sure. And then I'm going to also add some of my Reflections extra fine glitter in bling. So we're going to bling it. We're going to add it to our extra black extra fine, and it'll just give it a little bit of pizzazz. I think this is this is blood red. I need a brush. And here's the thing. There is a little nubbin that's on the top of the carousel. If I get powder in there, I'm never getting it out. So I'm going to stick something in there to stop any loose powder from going down in the hole. I'll just stick in a cotton bud right there. Let it sit there while I do my thing. Look at that. Look at that red. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, there are a lot of chrome powders on the market. You do you. I like this one. It was one of the less expensive options on the market. It does the job. And I actually like the colors that came in the kit. So it was a set of, I want to say 12, but I could be wrong. No, 10. 10. It was a set of 10. So I'm burnishing in the curve part of the canopy, and I'm also going to get the side because I want the red all the way down the side. Anything I get that goes in the center part, I can just clean that off with baby wipe. What I couldn't clean off was that little nubbin that is in the center. That just would not have gotten sufficiently clean for me. So that's why the cotton bud. And I got the pointy ones because my hubby's the best. He goes to the store for me and comes back and is like, look what I found. Would that work for you? Oh, yes, it would. Thank you very much, sir. My hubby does most of the shopping by himself because when I go with him, we spend more money than we initially anticipated. I have a tendency to go off on a tangent and buy things that we don't need. Okay, let me show you something. I rubbed over this spot several times and nothing's happening. It's not getting any color in it. Can you see that? Yeah, that spot right there. It's white. I'll tell you why. There is resin stuck there. Peel it off. That might fix it. And yes, it was a piece of dried resin. And it was clear, so I didn't see it when I was cleaning it off. But when I went to put the color on, it said, hello, you can't do that. So what I'm trying to do is just get it where I want it, and then I'll go back in with a fluffy brush afterwards and make sure it's burnished in really well. And I'm getting there. I'm almost around to the side. Now remember, you're looking for any white spots that you missed, because again, it could be dried resin. It could be a fingerprint where you left your fingerprint oils. And yeah, it repels mica powder. Ask me why. I don't know, but ask me if it's true. I do know. It's true. It happens. If it shows like this, it will show in your finished project. So, okay. Now I'm going to use my bigger fluffy brush, making sure that it's clean because, yeah, that's not clean. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take the chance that I'm going to mess it up. I'll use this one. And I'm just rubbing everything in. Now, I can see right there. It's still white because it's right there in the corner. I couldn't get in with my little brush. I'll go in with the bigger brush and rub that in really good. I really should be wearing gloves because if I have to touch it or flip it, my oils will mess it up. Okay, apparently the editor is telling me that I had a camera malfunction. Anyway, I finished coloring in top of our carousel to the best of my ability, although I'm still seeing some parts that I think are lighter than I wanted it to be. I'm going to leave it alone. It is what it is at this point. I've mixed up here 100 milliliters. If I need to make more, I will. I have not bubbled them yet because I'm going to be making more bubbles. So I'm going to put a little bit of resin in each of these 5 cups. Probably less than that. I tell you what, before I move on to the next color, I will try this. And if it works, then we'll stick with that amount. And if it doesn't, then we will change our amount. This is the cyan. I'm putting a good dose of the glow powder in. I'm going to stir it really good. Now, these glow powders are grainy, so you will be stirring it a lot. And if you choose to put it in your bubbling machine, understand that it will take a long time and you will get a lot of bubbles. And I will say this, no matter how much you think, okay, I got it, I mixed it, you're going to get more parts that look like they weren't mixed in well. And you know what? That's not a bad thing because you'll get a nice big glow out of that chunk that wasn't mixed in well. Okay, that's that. And then I'm going to drop 1 drop of my Brilliant Blue. That's it, just 1. And even that might be too much considering what I want it to look like. And I'm mixing them together. And I'm going to hope that that's enough and not too much. You know what? Before I fill him, I'm going to spray him because he's tiny, but he does have lips and edges. Okay, but you can see there's all that left over. I'm going to leave it on the side for now. I was thinking I would pour it into something, but I'll leave it on the side for now. Wipe off my stick and go from there. Now, where's my 5 ml? I don't even think I need 5 ml, but bringing it to eye level. I swear that's too much, but okay. We're going to do the dark purple and the purple next. Now, I heard that if you take the glow powder and you mix it with a little bit of alcohol first, you can get all these chunks and bumps out of there, kind of making like a paste, I guess. But I don't know. I haven't tried it, so that might be something to look into in the future. Experiment. I've also seen some people use the mortar and pestle to grind that down before they do anything to it. Now, if you see, that's already a nice purple color. I don't know that I need to add my dark purple alcohol ink to that. I think I'm just going to leave it because it's a nice dark purple. Okay, flip me over. Give them a squirt. And again, I'm going to start with the head. Move into the body, not forgetting the tail. And that's domed. Okay, so it's definitely less than 5 milliliters because look at all that. I'm going to leave it up here. I might use it for something else. Or I might mix it all together and use it with the base or the pillar. Don't know. We shall see. So now that I know I need less than 5 milliliters, I'm just going to go ahead and drop some in each of these. In this particular case, because I don't want to have to match color, a little too much is better than too little. Okay, so next on our list is the rose red. Rose red. That's a really pretty color. Put quite a bit in there. I'm making sure to scrape it and rub it against the sides because I want all of that powder incorporated really, really well. And again, wow, that kind of looks like bubble gum. I am going to give it just a drop of the rose red alcohol ink because, I don't know, they both kind of look like pink to me, but, well, we'll see. One drop. Come on. You're not cooperating. Oh, no, 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 no. Did you see that? It squirted everywhere. I am sad. Colors all everywhere, and I don't know that that's gonna, actually I do know, I think that's gonna mess up what I just did. That falls under the category of stuff happens. So apparently there was a clog in there and it put it under pressure, and when the clog cleared, it just spurted out everywhere. It's like a vacuum pressure thing. Kind of like when you release the bubbles too fast on your vacuum chamber. Ugh, not happy. Very not happy. It is what it is at this point. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I have a feeling it's not going to be at all pleasant. I'm not even sure if it's going to cure at this point. That's a lot of alcohol ink for this amount of resin. Well, we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Start with the head, into the body, down to the rocker, which is weird, right? Because you don't get a rocker on a carousel horse. But these carousel horses also have these little round doohickeys that make them look like Lego pieces. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. It's not possibly the saddle because saddles are not shaped that way. So again, a lot of resin left over. That gets slid over. Next is orange yellow powder and light yellow alcohol ink. But the orange yellow powder goes first. Flipping my stick over so I don't get any rose red in there. Now these glow powders, when in a make, they need to be charged, so you can either use your black light, your UV light, or you can take it out in the sun, because that works. Put it in the window to collect some light during the day, and at night it will work just the way you want it to. Hey, look at that. I got this one just perfect. Okay, last one is going to be the grass green and green. This grass green glows wonderfully. We use this for our dinosaur make, and boy, did that dino glow. And I'm going to give him one drop of the green. Okay, wipe my stick. Lay it on the side. Scooch. We'll go this way. All right, now to these. This is easy. This is black extra fine glitter, which I picked up from Hobby Lobby. And this is the Reflections extra fine glitter in bling. In other words, silver holographic. And I'm mixing them together. I love that holographic silver. Okay, what should I mix with? I'll just use the popsicle stick. I don't usually go with the popsicle sticks, but whatever. Today, my resin has been sitting here for a while, so it is getting warm. I'm not using glue because these are extra fines and they should not sink. Actually, that silver kind of took over, so I'm going to add more black because I really wanted the base to be black, not silver. And I'm scraping because glitters get stuck everywhere. I always forget that I don't want to use my silicone cups when I'm using glitters, but hello, I did it anyway. All right, first things first. Remember that little nubbin I told you about? He gets a blast of alcohol because otherwise he will get a bubble. I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna squeeze the life out of it, which is not easy to do because the stabilizers are right there where the nubbin is. So I am squeezing it, but that's not working. So what I'm gonna do, microbrush where the top has been removed. I'm just gonna go right in that center, kind of give it a zhuzh. Although I thought I saw the bubble come up right before that, so hopefully that worked. Fingers crossed. Okay, I can tell you right now, I'm not gonna have enough. So move him over. Move him over. Come here, you. I'm gonna fill my center pole, and then we'll worry about the base. If I am gonna have to mix up some more, so I'll just mix up enough for the base. Hopefully, I don't get any bubbles on there because that would suck. The top still needs doming, so I'm going to drop what's left right in the center. Yeah, and that's getting thick. Okay, so that's that for that. I'm going to, off camera, mix up probably another 60 milliliters to get my base done. And then I will bring you back when it's time to demold and put together our lovely Haunted Carousel. Okay, see you real soon. We are back and they are cured. They're still warm, but they are cured. So where do we start? I think we'll start with our base. Our base, if you recall, is simply black extra fine glitter and Reflections Bling Silver holographic glitter. And woohoo, that is pretty. I don't know if you can see. Let's see, can you see the bling on that? Hopefully, that is pretty. Tomorrow, when it's fully cured, I will run the burring tool around the bottom just to get any sharpness off of there. That is beautiful. Okay, let's hope that the cover came out as nicely. Now, if you'll recall, I burnished some chrome powder in the color Blood Red around the corners of our canopy. And the rest is an extra fine glitter. And look at that. My little ball broke off. Can I get it out is the question. Yes, I can get him out. Okay, so what I will do is I will glue him back on. Yeah, I just popped him straight off there. No deburring necessary there. Now, you can see some places where I missed putting in the color or it came off in the cleaning process there, obviously, because you can see the glitter through it. But I'm going to leave it alone. If I had a really good blood red metallic pen, I could go over that. But I'm actually thinking, seeing as how it's a haunted carousel, the, not perfect look kind of works for me. These are hot to the touch, which is why I'm not gluing that on yet. I let these cure on the mat for about an hour. Then I turned my heating mat on for about an hour, and then because they were still not exactly where I wanted them, I put them in my curing machine, which is just a repurposed food dehydrator, for I put it in while we went to dinner. So okay, remember how I had that mishap with the alcohol ink? Oh no. It stained my mold, but I'm not concerned about it because it's not going to bother it the next time I use it. It doesn't matter. When you stain your mold, it does not affect your next make. It's just a stain. Just like you can still wear a t-shirt that has a stain. You may not wear it out in public, but you can still wear it. My molds are starting to get dull. I've used them that many times. And you can tell because this side is super shiny and this side is not super shiny. Here's the deep purple. This was just a dark purple glow powder. I don't think I put any color in there. I'd have to go back and watch the video, but I don't believe I did put any dark purple color in there. Wait a minute. It's not stained. I just dripped it on the back. Yay. Okay, last one is the grass green with a little bit of the green alcohol ink. Okay, now the true test. Did they work? So I'm gonna shine these guys up. Well, I can tell you now the orange worked. I did, however, put an awful lot of orange in there compared to the rest of the colors. Let's see. Hey kid, can you hit the light for me? See if these horsies glow. Okay. See, this is the dark purple.
It kind of looks blue. Also, just so
but it's not really glowing the way the rest of these guys are glowing.
Yeah. Also, just so you know, you're like kind of off center.
My screen?
Yeah,
that way.
It's a little better.
I mean, it's glowing in the camera.
Yeah.
But not as bright as the rest of them are glowing. I think the
Yeah.
orange, the blue, and the green take the prize. Then that's rose red, and that's dark purple. Okay.
It looks bluish.
It does look bluish.
Turn the light back on.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh. All right. So like I said, you would stick that in your window, let it catch some sunlight during the day, and you might catch some glow at night. I don't really know how long they would glow, but they would glow. Now, when I want to glue them in, I will stick E6000 in the hole and then put them in. But I wanted to make sure they all fit because they all had a different amount of resin. Yeah, that purple one seems to be like I overdomed it. So I'm probably going to have to trim it a little in the back. Let's see if we can get our center post out. Ooh, come on, little guy. Not you, my peps. Yes, you are my little guy. You're right. I said little guy, and he popped his head up from his nap. Like, who, me? Oh, not perfect. But that's okay. This part needs to be trimmed. That part's going on the bottom. This part will go up on top, and it gets glued together. And this is what it looks like completed. And I'm not mad about it at all. I'm thinking we were talking about getting some spider webs and kind of draping it over the top, but I don't know. I don't really think it needs it. I think if the kids saw that back when she was a little, that she would have jumped on it without hesitation when we were at the corn maze. And that, my friends, is my contribution for day 2 of the 13 days of Halloween. Please check out the description box below for the play link. Check out all the other wonderful artists in the collaboration. Thanks to Nula at Nerd Goblin Arts. And we will see you tomorrow where I know what we're doing and it's going to be fun. So join us again tomorrow here in the game room. Thanks again for joining us today. We will see you tomorrow with our next contribution to the 13 days of Halloween. But in the meantime, don't forget to play. Bye.
To my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash from my laboratory in the castle east.